Well, again, this is part 2 of the internal single point threading tool that I made for my lathe. I'll try to give you as much detail as I can. This was a little difficult to figure out, but it actually came out to be very simple. Basically what you're doing is you're just making a device so that whenever you turn it, the cutting tip comes in and engages where to a 0 setting, and you can cut your threads. And by turning the lever, all you're doing is, here's the pivot point. This, of course, is your tool. I made a tool holder, and as you can see, I had to make a few things and weld a few things up till I came up with the design that I liked. But here's the pivot point. It just goes through my tool holder, not through my tool. Alright. And it pivots here. Everything pivots here. Now inside, I have everything so that it locks in the whole way around, so that there's no downward motion, there's no back and forth motion. And this screw simply, this lever simply turns in a thread in here and pushes up against here, which in turn forces the cutting tip in and bottoms out, and that's always 0. Then I also put a stop so that whenever I release this, and also there's a spring in here. It's a fairly heavy-duty spring. I drilled back in here and I put a spring so that it would always force the tool back out. So I didn't want it to back out and touch the back of my internal threads. So I put a stop screw, number 10 stop screw, so that this will only come in and, or it'll only come back over, and then it'll hit the stop screw, and I won't ruin the back of my threads. But there again, whenever you want to engage it, you simply turn it down. That forces the tool to the 0 point. Whenever you come to the end of your threading, and you don't have to cut a relief thread for this, or a relief groove for this. You can simply set your drows or set a stop on your lathe, and then whenever you come to that stop, simply turn this up, and that releases the pressure from the cut and completely clears the threads. Then you can bring your cross slide back to the start, re-engage it. It's a little bit difficult to see here because it doesn't move a whole lot. All you have to do is get that tool, this cutting tip, out of your thread. And you can do that with that adjustment screw. But all you have to do is just back this out just far enough that it clears your threads. Bring it back, reset it, and you never have to monkey around with setting your cross slide 0. Thank you very much.